Hey there folks, today I'm bringing you my last two battles ever featuring my Anger Point Tauros team. I know that's going to make a lot of you sniffly, but it's really about time that I retired this team because frankly, there's only two things that really happen. Either I get Anger Point off and I devastate my opponent with a +6 Tauros, or I get shut down with priority and lose the battle. So here, this is kind of an exception to the rule. There's a friend battle against a guy who I met through the Smogon Wi-Fi Battle Finder. His username was Chukun808. I think he might have a YouTube channel. If so, I will post it. Anyway, managed to get off the Frost Breath. I was actually really surprised that Mineshao didn't go for the Fake Out. That's really what you'd expect it to do. But he doesn't, and neither is his Rotom Scarf, so I managed to get off my Rock Slide. It was a bit surprised that it didn't KO Rotom, but I figured maybe it's a bulkier set, who knows. But I get the double flinch, which is really, really bad hacks, but I'm not going to feel too bad about it for reasons that you will see in a minute. Snegorochka, my Frostlass, is going to go ahead and get off the Psych Up, so now I have two Pokemon at +6, and the world is looking very, very good to me. So go for the Rock Slide, get the double KO, and Mineshao and Rotom are dead. So that is excellent, and I am starting off this battle really, really well. Next out for my opponent is going to be Scizor. I'm like, okay, Scissor's going to kill something. Priority Bullet Punch. And the second Pokemon is Salamence, which I find interesting. Okay, so Scizor goes for the Bullet Punch. Not surprising that it KOs. I never did put a Focus Sash on my Frostlass, even though really would have been a better idea instead of the Wide Lens. Frost Breath doesn't have 100% accuracy, and if Frost Breath failed in any battle, which would happen, I guess, in 1 out of 10 battles, then I'd be seriously screwed. Anyway, his Salamence is actually Scarfed. It's a Moxie set, so he goes for the Outrage, KOs, and Outrage is a risky move to use in doubles because you don't get to select your opponent, but in this case, he's at +1 thanks to Moxie. It's not a bad move. I send out Sweet D, my Conkeldurr, who you've never seen nicknamed before. You might have seen it in 1 or 2 random Wi-Fi battles, but never in a friend battle. So here, I present to you with Sweet D, named for a character in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Anyway, I get really lucky here that his Outrage hits my Escavalier rather than my Conkeldurr. I keep wanting to call it Rapushin because it's so much of a better name. Was a little bit surprised that he withdrew Scizor, but works for me. I get off an Iron Head against Salamence, but it's not like I'm Benz or anything, and so I'm not going to get a KO. It is what it is. At +1 attack, plus Guts, Magnezone is dead. There's no question. I mean, it's super duper extremely dead. So Magnezone is out, and I'm still up 3 to 4 to 3. Salamence hits Sweet D, which at the time I thought, oh, that's awesome because Gerard survived. He gets confused, and I'm like, this is just awesome. This is just awesome sauce. The confusion isn't going to matter because I'm going to take it out with an Iron Head. So now I am up 4 to 2, and I'm thinking this is just really, really awesome. The burn is going to take away some health. Actually, it's going to take away a lot of health. Maybe I'd be better off with a Poison Orb. Well, it doesn't matter. I've retired this team anyway. But I'm thinking I'm in a pretty good situation. He's down to his last 2 Pokemon. His Scizor goes for the Bullet Punch. I really wish, in retrospect, that Outrage had hit my my Escavalier instead, because I'm pretty sure I could have survived that Bullet Punch had it not been for that prior damage. But oh well. Dragonite gets off a Dragon Dance that is now at +1 attack. It was a pretty smart move. I mean, it's not like really I could have done anything. Go for the Iron Head. Iron Head ain't gonna... I mean, it breaks his multi-scale, which is nice, but beyond that, it really wasn't very useful. Scizor goes for the Bullet Punch against my Andy Circus. I'm pretty sure you've seen that Pokemon nickname before. I'm not sure if you've seen a Escavalier nickname before. But anyway, Andy Circus, my Sableye, psychs up Dragonite stats, so the +1 speed isn't going to matter, but the +1 attack maybe will mean that I can do some damage. Really, I would have been better off just attacking straight off the bat, but, oh well. Gerard is going to die here. The Akaberry really didn't help it at all. Akaberry is kind of a crap item. in my opinion. But, in VGC, which this team was designed to be allowed in VGC, you are limited to one. The item clause is in effect, so I really couldn't have used leftovers or anything. So, whatevs. Out now is going to be my Gardevoir. I'm down to my last 2 Pokemon. We are each down to our last 2 Pokemon. I trace Multiscale, which is about the best thing ever. Dragonite's going to get hit by that Shadow Sneak, and it's going to laugh. And Andy Circus now is going to die thanks to another Bullet Punch. Gardevoir I really should have just had go for an offensive move. By the way, yeah, Multiscale is the only thing that's saving Gardevoir from getting KO'd on this turn. But it's not really going to matter because I made a stupid play and went for the Heal Pulse. Had I gone for the Psychic against Dragonite, I could have gotten the KO, and I would have lost 1-0 instead of 2-0, but I was going to lose anyway. So that is the end of the battle. And that's the last friend battle you're going to see with this team. However, I do have one more battle for you with this team, a random Wi-Fi battle, just to kind of end... put this team away on a high note, and so yeah. So my opponent is just a random Wi-Fi opponent, Japanese by the looks of their nicknames that you just saw, and it's also not running that serious of a team. It looks like, not running one of the obvious crazy strategies, and nor does it really look like he has that much type synergy. I mean, he's got a Minun. Well, I guess Minun is decent in doubles thanks to Helping Hand, although there are better Helping Hand Pokemon out there. I mean, plus or minus, he doesn't have a minus Pokemon or plus Pokemon to count to go with Minun, so I don't really know. Anyway, I take out Glaceon on the first turn thanks to +6 from Frost Breath. His Hydro Pump misses. Bit of lame hacks, but I'm not sorry. It is what it is. Frostlass is going to go for the Psych Up. Now, both of my Pokemon are at +6, and things are looking really, really shiny. Go for the Rock Slide. It's going to KO Milotic, no problem. Umbreon is a bulky bastard, though, and it is going to take that hit. And so here I'm expecting a payback to KO Frostlass. He goes for the Dark Pulse instead, but foolishly he thought that Tauros was going to be the bigger threat, and really, Dark Pulse was bad. Really, you should have Payback instead of Dark Pulse, in my opinion. Anyway, go for the +6 Frostbite, or Ice Fang, rather. Frostbite, haha, just kidding. Oh, that would be an awesome name for an attack, Frostbite. I mean, come on, brave pun. Anyway, Return is going to easily KO Minun, and this is a 3-turn battle and an easy victory for me. So long, Anger Point doubles team. I've got a new doubles team in the works, so don't be too sad. You'll get to see it in a few weeks. So long, folks. Hey there, folks, it's Antar, and today I'm bringing you an Uber's battle against the Scissor of Smogon. Seeing that he's running a rain team, I'm actually going to go ahead and lead off with Groudon. I don't usually lead off with Groudon, I usually save it for a little later in the game, but I figure that if he leads off with Kyogre, I'll probably outslow, and that'll force him to, switch out and switch it back in and waste some turns. Unfortunately, he predicts that, goes for Shaman S as his lead. Not going to want to stay in since a Seed Flare will probably one-hit KO. I'm pretty sure I'll put up the calcs, but I'm pretty sure it's almost guaranteed to get a one-hit KO, assuming he's running one of the standard sets. Anyway, this was a mistake. Did not actually mean to send out Daenerys, my Palkia, because Seed Flare was obvious. For some reason, thought it was a quad resistant. Oh, yeah, right, water type. I forgot about that. So, gonna want to send out Booth, my Reshiram, who actually 4x resists it. So yeah, he goes for the Seed Flare, ain't gonna do jack, and obviously, I'm thinking that considering no Life Orb damage, I'm thinking that he's probably Scarfed. Really glad I switched out Palkia because, I guess he could be Specs, but really glad I switched out Palkia considering that Scarfed, Shaman S is pretty much the only thing that can outrun Scarfed Palkia. Anyway, I go for the Draco Meteor on the switch, knowing that he was going to switch, and it misses. Booth, you are useless. I still haven't yet to use my Reshiram usefully. Anyway, switch out to Daenerys, knowing that I 4x resist Water Spout, and no one else is going to enjoy taking a Water Spout. I am going to outspeed. I go for the Thunder. It's risky because it means he can send in Garchomp for free, but I want to get his health as low as possible so I can have a good shot of surviving this next Water Spout. And I survive on 14. Holy crap, that was close. My opponent is now going to send out Janitor. Great name for a sweeper. I get it. Anyway, yeah, just go for the Thunder. Not really much choice. I'm going to have to switch out here. But, you know what? Gondwana is going to be a pretty good counter to this guy, considering he's probably physical, and Gondwana is a physical awesomeness. Anyway, he predicts that, does the double switch into his Gorbis, thinking that he has a great shot to, Shell Smash, Baton Pass, but I don't know why he would think that, considering, now that he's seen that I run Stealth Rock, he must know that I run Roar. It's pretty standard on these guys, so, maybe he was thinking that he wouldn't run Roar. Actually, he was probably thinking that he could one-hit KO with his Ice Beam, but it's a freaking Gorbis. I am not afraid of a freaking Gorbis. I survive on 32. I'll put up the calcs about whether that was min damage. Maybe I should have been afraid of a freaking Gorbis, but anyway, roar it out. Don't have to worry about him baton passing to someone else. And now out is going to be his Giratina. I'm down to pretty low HP. Not really much Gondwana can do at this point, but I'm not going to want to leave it in to die because I don't want to lose the Weather War. I predict the Dragon-type move. He goes for the Dragon Pulse. I take that okay. Had he gone for, Shadow Claw, I would have been okay. Was not expecting him to carry the Aura Sphere. I guess I should have been. I haven't really dealt with Giratina O very often because Giratina O is really inferior to Arceus. It has Levitate, but besides that, Arceus is really, it's bulkier, runs the same special attack. It's just the better Pokemon, in my opinion. People will probably argue with me. Anyway, cannot take out that thing at +2 with a Bullet Punch. Oh well, so wasted Scissor. Can't win them all. Anyway, he obviously isn't going to outspeed me. He could have hit me with a, Shadow Sneak. I'm actually thinking that he might not run the Shadow Sneak considering he switched out, but I think he just didn't want to die right away. Although he's at pretty low HP and Stealth Rocks are up, so I would have just spotted him. But oh well. I KO his whatchamacallit on the switch, his Kyogre. So Kyogre's now dead. I can send out my Groudon at any point to get the weather back, get the sun back off.